So this is the bike that I recently bought at a garage sale for $25. It's a AMF ROADMASTER Discoverer. I'd never heard of AMF, I'd never heard of ROADMASTER before. So I did some research on the internet and I found out that ROADMASTER was an American brand that was started in the early 1930s and then that was sold to AMF in the early 50s. AMF decided to keep the name ROADMASTER, that was enjoying good name recognition. ROADMASTER became AMF bicycle division, and they made bicycles in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s, and then eventually AMF went out of business in the early 80s and of course stopped making bicycles. I looked everywhere on this bike to try to get an idea as to when it was built. I couldn't find anything. I could not find any serial number. I could not find any indication as to when it was built, so I have no idea. My guess would be the 70s. It doesn't look that old, but I don't really know. The only thing I was able to find is on the decals. That's on the top tube. It says AMF Bicycle Division, Little Rock, Arkansas. It's a US-made bike, very cool. And I bought this bike because I really like it. I think it looks real funky, it looks real artsy, it looks very different. I think I can really make this bike look awesome. One of the signature design of ROADMASTER was a fake front tank that you can see here. And I noticed one thing when I got this bike home that I'd not noticed before. It has a light switch under the tank, and I'm pretty sure that that light switch is to turn on and off the two lights that are in the front. When I saw that, I said, well, it has to have a dynamo to produce the electricity necessary to power the light. But I couldn't find any sign of a dynamo. There's no dynamo, nothing to attach it to the rear wheel, you know, one of those dynamo that rub against the side of the tire. I'm guessing that there must be some kind of battery in the tank. There are 3 screws here to remove this front part. It would be really cool to get those 2 lights to work. It probably needs to change the light bulbs, but that's not a big deal. As you can see, it has all kind of cool, interesting, funky design. It has this jet, whatever you want to call it, rocket, the fake tank, the 2 lights in the front. It has like vent things, front fork. It's a beach cruiser style bike. You can see here the American crank. So I'm going to replace that. I'm going to buy a conversion kit. I want to put a real bottom bracket. It's really easy to do. It's not very expensive. It's a very simple bike mechanically. It has no front derailleur, no rear derailleur. It has no handbrakes. Those are typical coaster brake. So a very simple bike, very easy to restore. I think I can get this bike done in short order. I'm going to get it professionally repainted. I'm going to get the frame and the fork powder coated. I'm going to disassemble it entirely. I'm going to remove, of course, all the rust, clean it, replace every parts that need to be replaced. New fenders, new wheels, new tires, of course. I can make this bike look brand new. So I'm going to give this bike to my daughter. She's an art student at SCAD in Savannah, Georgia. And when I showed her the bike, she was really excited. Yay! She thought it was really cool, real artsy. It was right up her alley. So that's my project. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be making a couple of videos to show you the progress of my restoration and also, and hopefully not too long, what the final bike looks like. Take care, everybody.